Welcome back to another episode of Brumbywood Farm. Today we're going on another trip. This is the Revenge of Little Green Lake. If you watched the last video, we know that Colin cut his hand off and died. So we've since resurrected Colin, and we're heading back to Little Green Lake. And we're gonna get a full trip out of it this time.
Right, man. It's been a really long semester for me, very busy, so I'm hoping that this trip will be nice, beautiful, relaxing.
Colin's not allowed any sharp objects. So it's been raining up until about 10 minutes ago, so I'm expecting the trails to be not washed out, but they'll definitely be wet. There's probably going to be some muddy spots.
I'm guessing the trails are going to be a little bit muddy just from the rain season we've had. It's always that way right before winter.
I'm really excited. I couldn't shut up about this camping trip for the last month. I'm really excited to get out, in nature and freeze to death probably.
So this is going to be a fun time. We're gonna hang out. It's been a while since we've been around a campfire together.
Colin insisted on not using a map to navigate us because he's a coward, so he's using a GPS, and that GPS had a different course plotted than Sean's GPS, so we're racing now, and we're gonna see whose route gets them to Griffith first. We're gonna hit the trails now.
There she goes.
So we've made it to a campground, and so we've armored ourselves with high vis because it is hunting season. So we want to avoid getting shot.
We have a lot of orange and a lot of bright green, yellow. So yeah, that way we're very visible to hunters. Big safety concern, and you need to stop laughing.
This is the beginning of our shelter. Found with pallets that someone left in the woods. We're not making this up. This isn't like staged. We didn't stage. We found pallets in the woods.
Swear to Lord, they have age and character. There's mold growing on them. We couldn't stage that.
Yeah,
We could use the pallets to make a stage.
we are going to be using the pallets to make our shelter. So the plan is to back up the two rigs on either side, run a beam across, have the tarp come down. We've got gym mats, moving blankets, and all kinds of stuff to make this more comfortable. He actually won. He's like, I got more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still.
Anyways, thank you, Denny.
Thank you, Denny.
Thank you, absolutely thank you. This is
It's
excellent.
amazing.
We're back, day 2. So the cameras, the batteries were all dead, and we tried to charge them, and it got so cold they didn't charge until this morning. Now we're having breakfast. So we got bacon, we got eggs, we got hash browns, we got bacon, we got eggs, we got hash browns, we got bacon.
Did you mention the eggs?
Yeah, and we've got eggs and hash brown. So once we do that, I don't know what the plan is for today. Probably just gather firewood. So, as you can see, there's not really a whole lot of firewood in the area. It's pretty sparse. I don't know if we're gonna find any. If we find like pre-cut logs or something like that, that would be pretty awesome, but I don't think we will. So this happened. Like a minute after I stopped filming, it started snowing.
We'll be ready for our.
And it's like it never snowed. It looks, once again, it looks like we're staging this whole affair. We're gonna go for a walk now. Or, well, hold on. We gotta sound like we know what we're doing. We're going for a hike. Beaver eating right there. You can see a very distinct deer print there, and then some not so distinct
Or
ones
any
there.
kind of messy dump here.
So he probably crossed. So this is probably something bigger than a beaver, but you can see the way the grass is folded here. And that sort of trail that goes off. So something bigger than a beaver might have laid down and taken a nap. Burger. 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 So Amelia brought her homegrown jalapeno peppers. Turns out I can't deal with spice anymore at all. I'm crying. I filled a mug with milk. Like, it's just a disaster. It's been like probably 3 hours since we last filmed anything because we get drunk.
We're just chilling.
But we done with lunch. Take two. Been about forget it. Whatever. We're going on a hike. Chipmunk or an Ecuroy had a little snack, so they eat the tasty parts of the pine cone. I don't know which parts are the tasty parts, but let me tell you, the chipmunks do. The venison is cooking marvelously. This stuff looks so tasty and I can't wait to put it in my belly. The camera battery on this is dying once again. It just seems the cold weather is just eating it up, so we probably won't have any nighttime footage again. But if we manage to get this battery charged, you'll see something. If not, we will see you in the morning.
Good night.
We're back. So it's about 10 in the morning. Definitely warmer last night than 2 nights ago, but it was raining. It started raining at about 2 a.m. and it stopped raining probably about an hour ago. So everyone else is still kind of asleep or starting to wake up, and there's just a bit of fire left that survived the rainfall, so we're gonna just put some wood on it, resurrect it, put some tea and coffee on, and get ready to actually have a full day of stuff. So breakfast turned into brunch, and brunch was then consumed, and we're gonna go on a hike now. Does anyone have like any suggestions where we're going?
I thought we were going to go back down the old trail, the trail over there, the long one that we didn't finish last night.
Yeah, we went on a bit of a meandering hike last night for like 2 hours, but we ended up turning around before the end of it, so I think we could go back that way.
So we hit a part on our hike here and we're just picking up shotgun shell after shotgun shell. Like, what do you think? Between the 5 of us, 20 shells so far?
Or more.
Or more? Yeah, like, look at that.
I mean, I've picked up at least 10.
Just clean up after yourselves, people. It's not hard. You know, we always pick up trash when we do these trips, and we've never found a running board before. So that's a new one.
Alright, if you look here, you'll see that it is very bright fire with very dark background. You can't see much other than that. So we are making hamburgers once again. Or cheeseburgers.
Anyone else want cheese?
I would like cheese.
Big tree. Colin, you spooked the moose. Just majestic. Well, that was a pleasant start to the morning. That was a moose. That was a nice. Sean and I estimate like a 2, maybe 3-year-old female. But I was asleep and I heard big crashing, and I slowly lean out of bed, and through the car windows there's just a big old moose eyeball just looking right at me like that scene from Jurassic Park. And I'm so happy that I kept the camera close tonight. I had it in my sleeping bag and I managed to find it without like scurrying around crazy. Didn't spook it. Got the camera up. And it was just hanging out, just right there. And then Colin twitched, hit the tarp, and it skittered. But it still stuck around a bit longer. And it was curious about us.
Nat Geo, boys.
It's a real, I'm genuinely honored to have seen this moose.
Folks, this is our haul from yesterday. We have 44 altogether of the Federal 12 gauge, 2 Browning 12 gauge, 1 is Challenger made in Canada, 14 of the 20 gauge, these are Federal Field and Range. So altogether we've got 61 total that we've removed from the woods. And this was in one spot on one hike.
So it's about 2 o'clock now. So we're gonna go back to that creek that we had found 2 days ago, and we're gonna see if we can go all pretty far down it. There's signs of beavers, so I think we're gonna keep an eye out and see if we can find a lodge. we had a frost again. But I think 2 out of 4 nights isn't bad. Have the fire going, we're gonna have tea and coffee in a bit, then we'll have breakfast, then we'll pack up.
We had a very good trip. We saw some weird things, stuff we've never seen before out in the woods, and overall just had a good time. Very happy that we were able to survive the cold and the wet.
I think this trip went well.
Yeah.
It was it snowed for 30 seconds, which was unexpected. But the fact that it was only 30 seconds, I think was tolerable. I didn't die this time.
All in all, we had a good time. A lot of thinking. Wasn't that much garbage, which is good. And what little garbage we did find, we took out.
One thing I really liked was that this time, like the campground we found, it was just a clearing where some people had left a good chunk of wood and some pallets. So we were able to find 4 like good pallets to lay down and like build our shelter around.
We saw a moose. I think that was the highlight for me. Lowest point of the trip, I crashed my drone again. The drone was still running though, a lot of great footage. Like this time of year right now is gorgeous. And I think the footage that we did capture highlights that.